So now we're going to have some more that they do a little bit different things too, but the same type of rule applies. Look at the part just under the square root. That's the part I want to worry about equaling my perfect squares. So in this case, we just have the plain x like we did on the previous three. The very first one there just started out with an x. So 0, 1, 4, and 9 are the values we want to use in our table because those are going to give us perfect squares under that square root. 0, 1, 4, and 9. We're then going to plug it in and solve. Square root of 0 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Putting the 1 in there. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Putting a 4 in there. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1, 3. Putting the 9 in there. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 1, 5. So plotting our points, 0 over, down 1, 1 over, up 1, 4 over, up 3, and 9 over, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to look something sort of like that. Number 14, same kind of thing. I want the part under the square root to come out to perfect squares. So x minus 1 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 1, x minus 1 equals 4, x minus 1 equals 9. And solving each of those. So I'm going to add my 1, x equals 1, add my 1, x equals 2, add my 1, x equals 5, add my 1, x equals 10. So in my table, I am going to use the numbers 1, 2, 5, and 10. And then I'm going to plug them into the original equation and solve. So 1 minus 1 is 0. The square root of 0 is 0. 0 times 3, still 0. Putting my 2 in there. 2 minus 1 is 1. The square root of 1 is still 1. 1 times the 3 in front, 3. 5 in there. 5 minus 1 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 times the 3 in front, 6. Then putting the 10 in there. 10 minus 1 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 times the 3 in front, 9. I can then plot my points. So 1 over up 0, 2 over up 3, 5 over up 6, and 10 over up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's starting here, shooting off over in that direction. You'll just have to hit the graph button. It will put it on there for you. And looks like I need to fix that next one. My square root isn't showing up again. See if it goes over the whole thing or over just the x. So, paragraph, fix my thing, and it should be over the whole thing. Okay. So again, in this case, just like on those previous ones, I want to make the part under the square root a perfect square. So x plus 2 is going to equal 0. X plus 2 is going to equal 1. X plus 2 is going to equal 4. And x plus 2 going to equal 9. Putting in our squares so that when we solve, we get nice answers. Solving each of these, I'm going to minus my 2. So x equals negative 2. Minus my 2. 1 minus 2 would be negative 1. Minus my 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Minus my 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. So in my table, negative 2, negative 1, 2, and 7. So that underneath my square root, I should get those perfect squares that I can solve. So Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. The square root of 0 is 0. 0 plus the 6 on the end is 6. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus the 6 on the end, 7. 2 plus 2 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 6 gives me 8. Putting in the 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus the 6 on the end is 9. So negative 2 is up at 6. Negative 1 is up to 7. Positive 2 goes up to 8. And positive 7 goes up to 9. And my square root function would look something like that. So the whole key to the square root functions is taking whatever's under the square root, setting them equal to 0, 1, 4, and 9, solving if you need to, so you know what values to put in your table that are going to give you nice square roots that you can solve. And that's the end of that homework.